I've decided to come back and speak some more on the movie Titanic. It's amazing as I've gone on with my day today. God continued to show me more things in the movie that I missed and just showing me Himself, showing me the gospel in that movie, showing me Jesus in that movie. And it's so amazing and incredible. I feel like one of these days, if somebody's gonna ask me what's my favorite things to do, I'll tell you is to watch a movie with Jesus. Because I don't know, something is there, like when Jesus is present, He makes everything come alive. Do you know? And it's amazing when you start hearing God. I don't know why, but it's like for me, the whole day I continue to hear more and more, and I continue to hear more and more. So I wanted to drop some more gems, and I want to share with you some more movie quotes from the movie Titanic. It's incredible. I'm gonna start. So you see this old woman, Rose, who's narrating the whole story, and back when she was younger, and this new ship has been built, and as they're boarding this ship, this is one of the quotes after they've boarded the ship, and everything is new, everything is fresh, you know, and they're sailing off on this journey to America. And she says, narrating, "It was the ship of dreams to everyone else. To me, it was a slave ship, taking me back to America in chains. Outwardly, I was everything a well-brought-up girl should be. Inside, I was screaming." Isn't this so with our life experience? Because sometimes life is like this, where other people are living out their dreams, and you can feel like you're in prison, or in chains, and you can feel what is an opportunity to other people can be a prison for you, and you're being dragged along. And other people can think on the outside that you're privileged, yet inside you're dying. Even our counterparts can fail to understand what we're going through, and our experience is not the same. People can look at you from the outside and judge you a certain way and think you're happy or you're smiling, but not see the pain that you're carrying on the inside, and not see that you're in a prison that cannot be seen. I started to see that this movie is so full of hope. And you see this Rose is going through an existential crisis in her life, and she feels trapped and she wants to give up. So you see this scene, she's about to end her life. She's about to jump over the rails, and that's the first time Jack saves her. She doesn't mean to, but her foot slips, and Jack catches her and pulls her back to safety. And Jack is just this free person. I want to share with you some more quotes from the Titanic to anybody who may be going through it in life right now, just to hold on and not give up. There's a line I like, you know, Rose says to Jack, "I'll never let go, I'll never let go." I found it really powerful. And Jack says to Rose, "Promise me you'll survive, that you won't give up, no matter what happens, no matter how hopeless." So this movie is also full of hope, even in the most dire of circumstances. There's a time Jack says, "I figure life's a gift, and I don't intend on wasting it. You don't know what hand you're gonna get dealt next. You learn to take life as it comes to you, to make each day count." And even there, when they were in the icy water, and Rose is on top of the cupboard, and Jack is dying, you know, he says to her, "Listen, Rose, you're gonna get out of here. You're gonna go on. You're gonna make lots of babies. You're gonna watch them grow. You're gonna die an old lady warm in a bed. Not here, not this night, not like this. Do you understand me?" I love this because here Jack is in the water, about to die, about to freeze to death, but he's still speaking life to her. I find this, even I just see Jesus, you know, speaking life. This picture came into my mind of Jesus as he hung on the cross beside these two other men. And there's the one man on his side that said, remember me when you come into your kingdom. It's incredible. As Jesus was there, as we were about to die, he spoke life and he said, today you'll be with me in paradise. I just find it so hopeful that even as Jesus is dying, he's speaking life. He's speaking life. And today, whatever you're facing in your life, Jesus still has a word. Jesus is still speaking life to you. He's still speaking hope into your life. He still wants to speak a word of hope to you. And you can see Jack really saved Rose's life. She was really desperate in her life and she felt trapped with the trappings of the world. Jack said something to her because he was just so free. There's a time I like when Jack is invited among, the rich people, and he borrows a suit and he goes and he sat there on the table with them and they're all pompous, in their lifestyle and here Jack, and they're kind of demeaning him as this poor man with no prospects in his life. And Jack says, I've got everything I need right here with me. I got air in my lungs, a few blank sheets of paper, because he used to draw in that. I love waking up in the morning, not knowing what's going to happen, or who I'm going to meet, where I'm going to wind up. Just the other night, I was sleeping under a bridge, and now I'm here on the grandest ship in the world, having champagne with you fine people. I just love this because he was just so free of any cares, yet his life was not the least exciting. He still lived his life to the fullest. And that's the lesson, that sometimes we can worry too much about tomorrow. We can worry too much about the future, what's going to happen, what's to come. We try to hold it all in our hands, but we don't know tomorrow. And the lesson sometimes is just to let go of our anxieties and live in the moment. Take each moment as it comes. And he said these words to Rose because at the time she felt she just had to live within the rules everyone was giving her. She was trapped in that life. Her mother, everyone just wanted her to play that role. The fiance, everyone wanted to control her life and be this person. And she was drowning. And Jack helped free her and told her, they've got you trapped, Rose, and you're gonna die if you don't break free. Maybe not right away because you're strong, but sooner or later, that fire that I love about you, Rose, that fire is gonna burn out. And this is also a good lesson that your life belongs to you. Sometimes you have to be free from the opinion of other people, from the control of other people, to find yourself, so that your fire doesn't die, so that you don't lose yourself in the process trying to please and make everyone happy. You have to live your life. And the older Rose said this, can you exchange one life for another? That also for me shows the gospel. You say, how indeed Jesus died so that we can have life. And she continues, a caterpillar turns into a butterfly. If a mindless insect can do it, why couldn't I? So you can be a new person. You can become a new person. If you're not happy with who you are today or your circumstances, and I want to say this, asking God to help you make that change. Imagine a caterpillar can turn into a butterfly. God can make you a new person. God can transform your life. And this is the good news, that God came to set us free. And He gives us the power to change. While I was watching this movie, the true pictures I saw, really powerful. It's so thing, because sometimes when you hear stories, when you watch movies, you take on that feeling, you take on that emotion, and whether it's feeling melancholy. But one thing I'll say, because suddenly I reflect in my own life, and for me it rises as a prayer in my spirit. I groan inwardly about the circumstances in my own life. I guess it's like that and it's okay sometimes to be sad, but it's good to know what to do with that sadness. Because I thought about it, because I'm a person, if you know me, I love worshiping, praising God more nowadays, because I know what I feel. Because watching this movie, you can almost be consumed with despair and sadness. and you can feel hopeless even in your own life. So I like to feed my faith, because I know when I feed my faith, I can raise up, and I just have this faith like nothing is impossible, and I can face the day with all the strength, and I can endure anything because of that faith. The joy of the Lord is my strength indeed. But it's also okay because when you're sad, because it's out of, for me, in this sadness and I lifting my soul to God, I really feel God hears our cries. And if there's anything I've managed to do in my life or gifted to do, that I've graduated in crying to God. And I know one thing, that when we pray to Him, He hears our prayers. I've come to this place that I know God hears my cries. If there's anything else, I've seen people met people who are generals of faith, but this is something different, because I know in the deepest despair, as it says, deep calls unto deep. In that place is the place that I can hear God. I get to that place where I can hear God out of the deep place. And I'm watching this movie, and there are two pictures I saw. And one part was when Jack was chained in that lower cabinet, and he's starting to fill with water. And they're becoming desperate because he can drown as the water is rising. And I'm feeling desperate myself within me as I lift my soul to God. And I saw a picture suddenly, and it was Jesus in the boat with his disciples. Just Jesus in the boat with his disciples. And how He can bring peace even in your storms. How Jesus can enable you to walk on the water, even as He called Peter to walk with Him where he was. That you need not even fear, because Jesus is on the sea. Just knowing that Jesus is there and He is the master of the universe. Even the winds and the waves obey His voice. That is powerful. That life comes from Him. That the master of the one who gave you life is with you. He's not going to allow your life to go out. He's not going to allow your life to go out. And when Jesus saw the disciples out in the waters and the storm coming for them, He already started out to save them. He met up with them. He came walking on the water to rescue them. He had already seen they were going to end in trouble. So Jesus sees your situation and where you are and what you're going through right now. He's not oblivious. He sees you and He's come to rescue you, and He always rescue you. I don't know. For me, it's a miracle to live. I don't know how old you are listening to me, but when you think about the age you are right now, God has rescued you over and over and over again. I don't know. I think of in my life how many times I've escaped death itself. I'm a skater. I skate every day. I think of how many times, and there are many days I think this way for me, myself, that I think I escaped today. And every day I feel I'm a victor. I overcome death many, many times. Many people didn't raise up from their sleep today. Many people died during the pandemic. Many people didn't recover from many sicknesses. Many people, but I feel like God keeps rescuing us, and God keeps rescuing us. And of course, we tend to look at what's not working out in our lives today, but God is still there with you, even in the storm. And we may be panicking, looking at the storms all around us. And Jesus isn't worried at all, because He's taking a nap in the bottom of the ship, in the lower compartment of the ship, of the boat. He's not worried at all while we are panicking, because He knows we're going to be okay. But for your sake, you calm the storm. For your sake, you change the forecast. For your sake, you speak peace to the storm. You still the winds. That's our God. God is for us. And when we cry out to him for help. He rescues us. You can see the whole movie, they embark on this journey and they board this ship. This ship is supposed to be unsinkable. Everything is fresh. It's so full of dreams and hopes. And it's interesting, when things are going good, sometimes people can get proud. You see Rose's fiance boasting, saying, not even God can sink this ship. But you know how the story goes. And it's so interesting. But in the beginning, everything is fresh, everything is new. There's so much excitement, there's so much buzz. Right until the end, and the ship goes down. The ship starts to sink. And they're all there out on the water. No one to rescue, no one to help. They trusted in the ship and now it's sunk. And I love this scene at the end. Only one boat ends up coming back. And it's going through all these dead bodies floating on the sea. And it's so man, that scene, seeing all the dead bodies lying all over. And this boat, and inside it is a warden, a ship warden, and he's calling out. He's calling out intently, desperately, anxiously. Is there anyone alive out there? Can anyone hear me? And somebody said, we waited too long. And he responds, well, keep checking them, keep looking. If you can just find someone, hoping just to find someone who's left alive. And this scene is so deep. I just see a picture again of Jesus calling out, wanting to save the lost. That's Jesus' heart for the lost, and hoping it's not too late. And I love this scene. Rose is there left alone, floating on that cabinet, and Jack is dead, and she's left there still holding on to the dead, but he's not there anymore. And there's a real question of whether she has to, when I watch this scene, I almost feel anxious for her, because at first she almost lets the boat go, trying to wake up Jack, and I'm worried she's not going to be able to let go. She's not going to be able to let go of dead things, that she's not going to be willing to choose life, willing to live. I know before she wanted to give up, but she has to let go of those dead things and choose life. In the end, she lets go. And it's interesting that she lets go of this body and it drowns to the bottom of the ocean, while she's saying, I will never let go, I will never let go. And it's a bigger cry that she's not going to let go of her life. She's not going to let go. She's not going to give up that hope. She's going to live on her life and live it to the fullest. And this is what Jesus offers, because he said, I've come that you may have life and life to the fullest. So now she must respond to this warden who's seeking out for the living, those that are left alive. And she finds a whistle to call them back, because at first she's trying, but her voice is gone. She's trying to say, come back, come back. And they can't hear her. Her voice is so low, and they're going further and further away. But she looks for a whistle and starts to blow it. And then I come about. The warden says, come about. And, she blows it until they can see her. And they shine the light on her. And they save her. And they're able to rescue her. This is so powerful. So powerful scene. I just see Jesus waiting for your response, waiting for your signal. If you just say yes to Jesus, he will come and rescue you. But you have to desire it. You have to choose it. You have to respond to his call. So this is my plea to you today, that if you've not yet given your life to Jesus, please do it today. And don't wait till it's too late. Don't wait until the ship is sinking. Respond to Jesus today. I really plead with you. I hope you're blessed, guys. God bless.